Greetings once again and welcome back to Leftover Bag. Today we have something vile, despicable, gross, immature, crazy and a rotten piece of garbage. It goes by the name of Johnny Test.
While some of you might remember my Halloween special where I reviewed an episode of this filth, to be honest, not that many saw it actually.
Thank you, by the way.
Johnny Test is an American-Canadian cartoon made by Warner Brothers of all people.
And by now we all know that Canada is this great country with maple syrup, lumberjacks and the word A. But we also know that they are lousy in the movie industry. They're shifting commercials, Loose, Jacob Tutu, and now they also released Johnny Test. Shame on you, Canada. Shame on you.
Johnny Test is by all means a terrible show. Shallow characters, shallow humor, incoherent, whatnot. It originally aired in 2005.
Just like Loose, this is pretty damn close to the darkest age of cartoon history. That in the 70s, but never mind that now. Let's take a look at Johnny to the center of the earth. Get it? Johnny instead of Journey? Ha! Funny.
Like any other good old childhood destroyer, it starts out with an annoying theme song.
Actually, there is two, so I'm just going to show you snippets of both.
Use them like a lab rat.
While both of these theme songs are awfully similar, they are also managing to be distant from each other. And worst of all, the viewers.
After the theme is done, we are introduced to the city of Porkbelly, and the newsman telling of an underground gang of bandits.
Underground bandits!
Oh, you mean mole people? Yeah, right, even the Ninja Turtles weren't that cheesy. You know, can't we just watch that instead? I mean, it's a great show. No? Fine.
Some gay overtoned bikers gets robbed and the general of some super secret agency loses his rockets.
Was that supposed to happen?
It's actually called Area 51.1. Go figure.
Area 50.
No, 51.1.
We then cut to Johnny and his dog by the name of Dookie.
Who is dressed in that stupid gay biker suit? I mean, why is that so common, people? Alright, Dookie, I get it now, it's slang for poop. Funny.
Johnny wants to catch these thieves who he believes is...
The underground bandits are not mole people!
Oh my god, they actually did that. Well, color me pink and burn me alive. Not even Batman 1966 was this fucking cheesy. And believe me, I should know. I got the special edition collection.
But of course the mole people didn't go for the mole people bait. Instead, they went for the camera.
And instead of explaining it myself, let's make this piece of shit explain it instead.
Isn't that your dad's new camera? He told you touch it and die.
So now we are introduced to Johnny's sisters by the name of Susan and Mary Test. Moving on, Johnny tries to convince his sisters to help him locate Mole City, so he can retrieve the camera before his dad realizes it's gone.
That's bad movie 101 for his dad is about to find out.
Johnny! Where's my new camera? Get me my camera back from the mole people before dinner. I'm making a meatloaf.
Oh yeah, meatloaf.
I am going to make the meatloaf for dinner.
Before they actually want to help Johnny, they need him to test out their latest invention.
You know, having the last name Test and being a test subject, just no, doesn't work. That would be the same if my name was Review Mac Randington.
And thank goodness it's not.
Johnny's sisters wants him to test out a new hottie body flake thing.
You want me to eat salt?
I don't know, it's supposed to make you irresistible for hot teenage boys or something.
Will attract super cuties like Gil next door.
How shallow can you get, altering your own body to attract hot young teenagers? Now that I think about it, isn't that what old rock stars do? You know, since I don't want to degrade myself to make this joke, I decided to hire an old, very old friend to do it for me.
I want a diamond ring, I want some bracelets and everything.
get the best for me.
Well, that was unexpected. No, that's all. Just unexpected. Not unexpected ha-ha or unexpected ugh.
Johnny and Living Pile of Ass Bombing finally gets to the drill and is on the way to a massive sinkhole on the pork belly.
It's probably the sinkhole that sucked down the camera.
You know, with a sinkhole the size of the city, I don't know, wouldn't it be wise to relocate the city then?
10 minutes later. 10 more minutes later.
Okay, let's see here. They spent about, 10 minutes testing the invention and about 20 minutes screaming. So now they only have...
And dinner will be ready in about a half hour. I'm making a meatloaf.
Oh yeah, meatloaf.
Did I mention we are having the meatloaf for dinner?
As they are soon about to end the mole city, they have a talk about solving this case peacefully.
Right, we come in peace and only want what's rightfully your dad's.
This is Bad Movie 101 for blasting every living thing in sight.
Surrender, mole people, or face our wrath!
They are quickly captured by the gay overtone biker mole people and sent in jail. And the leader of the mole people tells us a brief introduction to their plan of taking over the world.
Of course!
And nothing can stop us!
Now wait just a minute. How in the world did they get a camera down there? And even more, if they already had a camera in the center of the earth, then why in the fucking world did they question the existence of mole people?
While the sisters discuss to flee to Iceland,
Okay, we catch a fishing boat to Iceland. Moles hate bright light.
Susan tests stalker Eugene,
Bling Bling Boy! I have changed my name to Bling Bling Boy!
Oh, sorry you stupidness. Bling Bling Boy gives them a call.
but instead of a hot date with Eugene
Bling Bling Boy!
wanted, they seduce him into a rescue mission instead.
Mole people, stand down, for I am here to surrender!
Sort of topsy-turvy, huh? First they attack, gets captured. Rescue mission, gets captured.
We then see the Mole King using even more gay overtone to talk about the invasion of Earth.
When should we begin the attack on the surface, sir?
I don't know, 5 minutes. I want to get a haircut. I want to look great when we take over the Earth.
And we see what Susan and Mary had already established like 2 minutes ago. Moles hate bright light.
So really, if we all were these, we would be just fine.
But like the dimwits they are, Johnny Bling Bling Boy and the Royal Fart still haven't figured this out, and instead uses the temporary ugly She-Hulk serum to turn into these giant monsters.
Now it is you who cannot stop us.
Correction. It is now back to where we cannot stop you.
You see what I mean? Mole's got the upper hand, then loses it, then gets it back. It's sort of out there all the way, and every time the heroes gets the upper hand, you sort of wish and pray that this is the end of the episode.
Okay, back to the episode. Johnny and Farthington Supreme manages to get back the camera, but to no luck. They are completely surrounded.
I never pictured it end this way.
So, they do the only logical thing.
Uses the fucking camera! If only it was for the right reasons.
They decides to get one last friendship photo and finally figures out that the mole people is extremely sensitive to bright lights.
That's not good.
So they disrupt everything and have a little talk with the king.
Stop!
Which is now half the size as he was in the previous clip.
What the hell happened here? Did the animators just get a heart attack? Or is it that scenario where they just don't give a flying fuck about their work?
The king plans his revenge, or does he?
Maybe. I'll sleep on it.
And Johnny Eugene,
Bling Bling Boy!
whatever. And Fartimus Maximus is now back just in time for dinner.
I made a meatloaf.
Third time's the charm. Sadly, it's not enough to make it funny.
This show is actually something I did watch once it aired. I don't know what I was thinking, really. Maybe I thought, hey, it's stupid, let's watch it. Or maybe I was stupid and said, hey, this is funny, let's watch it. Whatever the reason, I did see it quite a lot, but even though I have a high tolerance to bad cartoons, it's they all missed something it did back then and it clearly does now. Rewatchability has always been non-existent, as well as watchability. Really. The jokes are really too stupid to make you smile even once. The gay jokes in this episode is really outdated and is more an insult if anything. Doogie, I mean, why? Really? Calling your dog a piece of shit? The art style is lazy and uninventive. Not much going on here, and to be honest, this digital flash animation is just plain out lazy. The only show I've heard of so far that can actually pull off flash animation is My Little Pony, and that show is for small girls.
To be honest, I think I did watch the show because I couldn't believe how terrible it was. But in all seriousness, back then and even now, I'm trying to give any show the benefit of a doubt. All except this one. I'm the Angrynator terminating bad movies for your entertainment.
What's the point of having nukes if I can't ever use them?